Hello, Angus here, and today we're going to have a quick look and a bit of a mini review of the Mirafit M3 Jammer arms. There's a jammer arm that's going to fit on a 60 by 60 rack. It might not fit on every rack and it might not fit on every rack perfectly, but it will fit on an Mirafit M3 rack really well. I'll do a couple of follow-up videos of this where I've got this on my yoke to make a bit of a kind of full workstation to get the most out of your Mirafit yoke, which is also really reasonably priced item. I'll show you this on this yellow black box rack to see how it fits, doesn't fit quite perfectly. And then we'll have a look at a few things and then I'll make a few follow-up videos on this. But overall, if you want to skip the review, this is nicely priced and it's a solid bit of kit with just a couple of misses. I give it a solid 8 out of 10. We've got the jammer set at a high position here on the rack and we've got two different options here. Here's with the pin locked in here. You should always use this little safety pin just to lock it in because you don't want this main pin coming out, and that's that nicely secured. So that's it locked into its one height adjustment, so it's slightly higher up. And this one here is locked into the rack, and I've taken the pin out of here that secures it. So it's free here, so you got these sort of sideways staggered stance, push into a press here. So twisting your body, getting rotation coming up here. And with this one here, it's already angled at an angle, so you could set up a bench here and do like a kind of chest press movement. You got various angles. This one slants in. You got a neutral grip, and then you've got kind of normal grip on there. Because there's holes all the way up here, you can attach pins through there, which you can attach pins on there and have bands on there. There are hundreds of different options that you can use for jammer arms, kind of turning your rack into a bit of a machine station. We have this set up just now for a chest press. We're in position. Gonna use these angled handles. That is really nice. There's enough space here between where the weight is and this that you can put a band around there. And again, some cool resistance stuff you can play with. So my main question was, what does the housing look like that fits onto your rack? So you got plastic, plastic, plastic. That's 60 by 60, so it'll fit onto a 60 by 60 rack. But this is a 16 mil hole that's on here, and we've got 3 holes to side mount it, which may or may not fit your rack. This is designed for the Mirafit M3 rack. It also fits onto the M3 yoke, which makes a cool workstation. Outside here on the yoke, fits really nicely on. It'll fit on this hole, depending on where you move it. One of these holes will connect. Fits beautifully on here. So if you got an M3 rack, it's gonna be solid. So this is what it looks like on the yoke. The little pin comes out the back. Fits nice comfy here. This pin will fit through perfectly. And there's zero movement on this at all. That's in really, really nicely. When you're moving it, you wanna pin the arm in there. Make sure the pin is pinned. Then we're going to remove this pin. Grab a hold of here. You want to wear a hoodie because you want to shove this in your pocket. As you're moving it, get a good old hold of this and then slide that out. There's a good bit of weight in there and sometimes it gets you by surprise. And if you've got this bit loose, you will trap your fingers in here and hurt yourself while holding this. This is a black box rack. It's 60 by 60 and these holes are 20 or 21 mil. So the jammer arms do fit on it, but not perfectly. So they're heavy, and top tip, lock this in place when you're moving it. Otherwise you can trap your thumb on this bit, but that locks it into place. So we got the pin there. I'm gonna put it in that second from the top hole. That's it on, but that's it not secure. You see that hole here? It's not perfectly lined up. It looks like it is, but it's not. And a 16 mil, one of these pins will not go through. So I've got a slightly thinner pin that will go through. So just gonna hold that on while I thread that through. And that's that through. There's plenty of distance there, and that will hold it on. Obviously, that pin on top, so there's a bit of movement, but like I say, this rack. When you're putting it on your M3 rack, it's gonna fit beautifully and perfectly. So quick little feature you can use is, if you've got a J-cup, you can actually put a J-cup on here while the jammer arm's here and just use this now as your rack upright. It's plenty strong enough to hold on there when it's pinned on. Also, if you unhook this, as you're pulling the weight off, it can work as a bit of a monolift station as well. Works really well for bench, works well for squats.
So you got stainless shaft, rubber end cap, rubber stopper here where the weight plate goes on.
So that's what the jammer handle looks like. I think they missed an opportunity to put a little logo on this end, but these are lovely. And that's really stable.
Got a hook on the front here, and you also have this rubber stopper at the back to protect your rack.
So these jammer arms are damn near perfect. This construction on the way down, beautiful. Handles, beautiful, nice and secure. The little loop here to attach for a belt squat is awesome. The little bolts and stuff they've used to hold this on, lovely. So that's my initial jammer arm review. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and I'll keep you posted.